So it's a ship journey. So let us restart our journey. Okay. Oh, what it says? Actually, we have got an alarm from our ship's engine room. Our engine is not working. Engine not working. So actually, we are in trouble right now. We are in trouble, little bit trouble. So in order to resume our journey, we have to fix the fault. We have to make a repair on the ship, make it perfect, then we will restart it. So what should we do to fix the problem? So Uncle has written an algorithm for repair works. An algorithm is there. It is simple. It's a 5-step algorithm. So in order to fix a problem, here it is ship. You have to study the working principles of that equipment. Very first, you have to study the working principles. Then you have to study how these principles are implemented in our system, implemented in our engine, let us say in our ship's engine, these working principles, how they are implemented. Then we have to look for the problem area. So actually, there will be some indications. We will get some indications. So from the indications, we can go over to the problem. So we can find out the problem from the indications we get. Then it is simple, fix it. Fix it and restart the chain. So it is like this way. We have to study the working principles, how these principles are implemented in the system. Okay. Then look for the problem area, find out the problem, solve it. So let us move over to the ship's engine room. So if you enter, this is the picture of a ship's engine room. In a ship's engine room, you will see like such an engine. This is actually a diesel engine. A diesel engine. The heart of a ship is a diesel engine. So you can see such diesel engines. More diesel engines will be there, if depending upon the size of your ship. If it is a big ship, there will be, for the propulsion itself, there will be one or two engines. One big engine and another one a small engine. Small engine means it's also called a port engine. Port engine. When the ship approaches a port, then it has to move in a very low speed. So the captain, let us say captain, or the control room people will switch over to the smaller engine so that the ship will move in a slowly. And you can see some other diesel engines as well in the engine room. Those are diesel gensets. Those diesel engines are actually for the purpose of producing electrical energy for the ship. So in the engine room, you can see diesel engines in the ship. So let me ask a question. Are you people familiar with a diesel engine or a heat engine? Is there any heat engines in your home? Please chat with me. Is there any heat engine in your home? Diesel engine is actually a heat engine. It comes under the head of heat engine. So let us say a heat engine. Do you have a heat engine in your home? You have. There is an answer from Rishikesh. It's correct. He has got a car at his home. Actually it is a heat engine. So if you have a scooter in your home, if you have a car in your home, if you have a Jeep in your home, if you have a bus in your home, if you have a lorry in your home, or else, what else? Then if you have a diesel genset in your home, you have a heat engine at your home. So if you study about a diesel engine, if you study about a diesel engine, you are actually studying the working of scooter, car, truck, bus, as well as ship. So the heart of all these are a diesel engine or heat engine. So I have got the pictures of some diesel engines. Angle is concentrated here on diesel engine because our ships are basically, the heart of ships are basically diesel engine. That is why Uncle is concentrated on diesel engine. There are petrol engines are there, steam engines were there. All these are heat engines. So you might have seen such a picture nearby high-rise buildings. High-rise buildings means as per the law at our place, if a building has got more than 3 stories, it is a high-rise building. So it must have a captive power generating capability. So they will be keeping a diesel genset near to that building. So when you go to shopping malls or when you go to other big high-rise buildings, you can see a diesel engine either outside or inside. There will be a diesel genset room will be there. So it is covered actually, and actually if you remove the cover, you can see like this. Actually, it is a diesel engine. It's a diesel engine. Here, actually, it has got 5 cylinders are there. 5 cylinders, we can say by sure. And this portion is actually a filter. In your car, you can see a filter, air filter. So here it is air filter, and this portion is radiator. For the cooling purpose of the engine, there will be a radiator. So this is radiator, and pipelines are there. So heated water will be going one way, and cooled water, air and water will be going to this radiator. And at one end, it's a diesel genset. So at one end, you will have a electrical generator coupled to this diesel engine. So this genset. When the diesel engine is operating, this genset will produce electrical energy. So this is again a diesel genset, a Honda make small, a compact diesel genset. Again, it's a diesel engine, electrical generator combination. This is a truck engine, or let us say a car. Inside your car, you can see such an engine. Such an engine can be seen in your car. Okay, filter is there, air filter, and filter is coming. Okay. Again, some filters are there, low boil filter and all those things. Okay, okay, like such. We will discuss in detail everything. So very first we have to study about the working principle of a diesel engine. So let us move over to that. So by definition, what is a heat engine? A heat engine. By definition, it is a system which converts heat energy into mechanical energy. So a heat engine converts heat energy into mechanical energy. And construction-wise, a heat engine is basically a cylinder piston assembly. A cylinder and inside a piston, a cylinder piston assembly. Are you people familiar with cylinder piston assembly? Huh?
No, sir.
A very simple cylinder piston assembly. Who said it? Rishikesh, yeah? Okay, Rishikesh, tell me. Is there a simple cylinder piston assembly? Are you familiar with that? Actually, you people all are familiar with a cylinder piston assembly. A cylinder piston assembly, from the moment you came into this earth. And everybody have a little fear to that unit. Could you guess that?
Syringe?
Correct. So your name is? I forgot your name.
I'm Anu.
Okay, Anu. Okay, Anu. Okay. It is a syringe. A syringe. Everybody is familiar with a syringe, isn't it? Chat with me. Everybody is familiar with a syringe. A syringe is basically a cylinder piston assembly. A cylinder piston assembly. Okay. So in a heat engine, what we do is actually we will inject air and fuel into the cylinder. Air and fuel into the cylinder, and we will compress this air fuel mixture and make it burn. So the energy released in the burning with the expansion of that gas will push the piston downwards. That is how a heat engine will do work. So with the movement of piston, work can be done. That is in very simple, in one sentence, the operation of a heat engine. So Uncle will be moving over to a 4-stroke diesel engine. These days, all diesel engines are of four-stroke diesel engine. Four-stroke diesel. By this, we mean that in order to complete one cycle of operations, 4 strokes are to be made. That is why we are calling such an engine, such a diesel engine, 4-stroke diesel engine. So in that word, there are some words. All these words are familiar to you, but in the context of diesel engine, I will be defining these engines. This 4-stroke diesel engine. 4 means, okay, its literal meaning. 4 means 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Stroke, actually stroke, what is the literal meaning of stroke? Rishikesh, could you tell me? What do you mean by stroke?
Sir, I don't know.
Okay. What about Ritesh? Stroke.
Stock, sir, is it a pile up? Or stroke is
Penalty stroke. What do you mean by penalty stroke? Or in tennis, you will, so many strokes are there. So in stroke.
stroke is like a type of movement in tennis because I play tennis. And
Okay.
Stroke is a movement in cricket also when we stroke the ball. Cricket
okay,
movement.
Correct. In literally stroke means movement. Stroke is movement. Actually, yes. Stroke is, it means movement. Okay, Rishikesh? Stroke means movement. You might have heard of penalty stroke. Huh? Okay. Stroke means movement. So 4-stroke diesel engine. So when this word comes into the realm of diesel engine, stroke has got a definition here. It actually means movement, but stroke actually means here, definition of stroke in diesel engine in literature is, it's the movement of piston either from TDC or top dead center or bottom dead center. A movement from TDC to BDC or BDC to TDC. TDC means top dead center. So actually in a heat engine or a diesel engine, inside the cylinder, piston is making to and fro movements. Okay. So piston is actually at the topmost position very first in its normal. Dead means, one asked me dead, Rishikesh. Okay, dead means it comes to an end there. The piston in the movement, okay, let us see that the piston is moving from bottom to top, let us say. So actually right now, the piston is at the bottom dead center. Piston will move downwards up to that point only. That is why we are calling it BDC or bottom dead center. So in the course of action, it will slightly move upwards and it will reach to a point and it will come to an end there. So that point can be called as TDC, top dead center. Okay, there are 2 points, bottom dead center and top dead center as far as a piston movement is called. So one stroke means the movement of piston either from TDC to BDC, okay, it is one stroke. If it moves from BDC to TDC, that is another stroke, second stroke. If it moves from TDC to BDC, it's third stroke. If it moves there, another stroke, fourth stroke. So in 4-stroke diesel engine, in order to complete a cycle of operation, it will make 4 strokes. That is why we are calling it as a 4-stroke diesel engine. Okay. So now we will move over to next slide. TDC and BDC, we defined it, TDC and BDC. Okay. Now uncle will define what all are these in one cycle of operations. One cycle of 4-stroke diesel engine we have to make. Actually, we are collecting air, compressing it, burning it, then we are kicking out the exhaust gas. All this together forms one cycle of operation. Collecting air, compressing it and injecting, let us say diesel here, burning it, so expansion will get. So inside, after the combustion, the cylinder is filled with, let us say, smoke, the combustion debris. So in order to repeat the a fresh cycle, you have to kick out all these debris outside. So these are 4 strokes involved in the operation of a 4-stroke diesel engine. Very first one is sucking in of filtered air. We call it as intake or suction stroke, suction. Then we will compress it. It is called compression stroke. Okay, the name is enough. Third one is combustion, and it is the very special stroke. It is called power stroke. Actually, in this third stroke only, the engine will deliver power to you. In all other 3 strokes, actually engine will absorb energy from outside. We have to do that. Actually, we have to serve energy for all other 3 strokes. But the third stroke, combustion stroke, is termed as power stroke because in this stroke, your engine will deliver power to you. So somebody is playing tennis, I think Ritish. So there is a very funny advertisement with this word, power stroke. I think it is the Maria Sharapova for the Nike company. Could you remember that, Ridish?
Nike company. I know Maria Sharapova, but I don't know the ad.
Okay. There is a ad termed as every stroke is power stroke. Every stroke is power stroke. Such an advertisement is there.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I have seen that.
Okay. Actually, every stroke in a heat engine, every stroke can't be power stroke. Huh? Okay, Ridish? Only the third stroke is power stroke. Huh?
Okay, sir.
Okay. But in tennis, it can be. Every stroke can be power stroke. So this is the pictorial representation of what I have explained earlier. So let us look at it. So this is the cylinder, then this is the piston. Okay, cylinder, piston. We will concentrate on cylinder piston movement only right now. Okay. So this is the normal position of piston. piston is at its top dead center. Okay. So in the working, what we do is there are two valves. This is one valve. This is another valve. Here, this valve is opened. Very first, we will open up this valve. Okay. Then we will push the piston downwards. Actually, we will do that. What will happen then? What will happen? You are making an opening here, and then this is almost closed, and you are slightly pushing down the piston. In a sense, you are actually trying to generate a vacuum here. Or since it is opened here, air will get sucked in this movement. This is intake or suction stroke. So this is the cylinder, this is the piston. So when we pull the piston downwards, with the intake valve opened, air will get sucked in this. Okay, we will move on to the second picture. So piston has reached its bottom dead center here. Okay, up to that point, you will be keeping this inlet air valve open, so that right now your cylinder is filled with air. Let us say air. Or you can put in this here in this opening, you can put here an air filter so that you will get filtered air here, a little bit better air. Okay. Okay, that is the case of intake or suction stroke. Then we will close the inlet valve. This valve is closed, and we are now pushing the piston from bottom dead center to top dead center, TDC. What will happen? The air will get compressed. Air will get compressed, and its temperature will get elevated, will get rise to a particular value. In heat engines, in diesel engine, after the compression, the temperature of this air has to be more than 450 degrees centigrade. So is the compression ratio. So is the construction. After the compression, there is a compression ratio. So compression ratio is not, this volume to this volume. The expanded volume, this volume to this volume. This is the compression ratio. This compression ratio is designed in such a way that at the end of the compression stroke, the temperature here will be more than 450 degrees centigrade, So here now we have an air with temperature more than 450 degrees centigrade. So to this, you will inject diesel. This is fuel injector. To this, you will inject diesel. So if you inject diesel to an atmosphere which is more than 450 degrees centigrade, it will automatically burn. Auto ignition will take place. It will burn, and the air inside will expand, or energy will be released, and this time the expanding air will push the piston downwards. push the piston downwards to bottom dead center. Okay, this is the power stroke. Engine is delivering power to you. Okay, the fourth stroke is exhaust. So to the exhaust line, you have seen that when you look at your car, there is a pipe at the rear side through which smoke and all those smoke will be going when it is working. So this is the process actually happening there inside the engine at that time. After the power stroke or expansion stroke, you will be opening up the exhaust valve and you are pushing the piston to its initial position, that is top dead center, to this position, so that the debris inside, smoke and all those things will be kicked out. So it is again, the unit is again ready for the operation. So this is the very basic operation of a 4-stroke diesel engine. So let us see a little bit correct picture here. Again, intake valve is opened, air is taken in. Okay, this is the piston, cylinder, compression, it is compressing, fuel is being injected, it's getting combusted, piston is pushed to bottom dead center, the exhaust valve is opened and exhaust is given out. Okay. Okay, again another picture, and Uncle has got actually a video is here. Uncle will be playing it, so you can have a better feeling. Okay. Angle has defined the working of a four-stroke diesel engine, the very basic working of a four-stroke diesel engine. So a diesel engine will give you a to and fro motion. Piston can be moved to and fro. It gives a to and fro motion. So basically we are interested in actually in car or ship or like in your scooter, car, ship, anything, truck. We are interested in rotary motion. So there must have some arrangement to convert this to and fro motion into a rotary motion. So all those things will be covered in. There are so many other things are there. Everything will be covered in. We will discuss in next session.